The air in the room felt too rich for grief. Polished wood, velvet chairs, perfume that didn't belong in mourning. Her father's will was being read, and my wife looked proud, like she'd already won something. The lawyer adjusted his glasses, the light from the chandelier slicing across his bald head. Her mother sat to his left, spine straight, eyes like knives coated in sugar. Her lover, the man she called a friend for years, rested his hand on her knee. My wife didn't stop him, she smiled instead. When the lawyer called my name, she turned. That look, triumphant, final. Then came the words that cracked the silence open. "Your time at the company has come to an end," she said softly. "I'm replacing you with my lover." He chuckled, fingers tightening on her thigh. "That's right, sweetheart." Her mother's lips curled. "He doesn't deserve a cent." The lawyer hesitated, eyes darting to me. Then, almost reluctantly, he opened the final envelope, the one addressed in my handwriting. He read the first line, paused, and laughed. Not a nervous laugh, a real one, deep, uncontrollable. Then quieter, almost reverent. "Oh, this is good." Their faces drained. The silence that followed was the kind that ends people. It began 6 months earlier. Late nights, cold dinners. Her perfume smelled different, sweet, sharper, like a lie. She started wearing new jewelry I hadn't bought. I didn't ask. I watched. I told myself it was stress. Her father's health, the company transition. But truth doesn't hide forever. It just waits for the right silence. She'd begun visiting her mother more often. Family business, she said. Her phone would light up at midnight with messages she never opened in front of me. Once I caught her reflection in the mirror, smiling at her phone the way she used to smile at me. The company we'd built together, her father's legacy, was being restructured. I was being eased out. Quietly, strategically. She stopped sharing the board updates, locked files that used to be open. When I walked in on a meeting unannounced, they fell silent, eyes avoiding mine like I'd walked into my own funeral. Still, I played the fool. Because sometimes pretending to be blind gives you time to see everything. I smiled. I kissed her forehead. I told her I trusted her. But inside, something cold began to move. The first step was small, a call to the accountant, then another to her father's attorney. The numbers didn't add up. Dividends rerouted, hidden accounts. My name fading from documents I'd signed. Then a whisper from the secretary, a woman with too much conscience to stay silent. "They've been meeting," she said, "not just for business." I thanked her, calmly, too calmly. At home I searched, emails, deleted photos. I found one, her hand on his chest, taken in a car's reflection. Her wedding ring missing. That night she came home late, smelling of expensive whiskey and someone else's cologne. I asked nothing, just poured her a drink, watched her laugh, and memorized every flicker of guilt behind her eyes. I collected dates, transactions, texts, even her father's health records. He hadn't been as weak as they claimed. He'd been lucid, in control, and signing papers that replaced my name long before he died. They thought they'd orchestrated my exit, but I was already beneath the floorboards, listening to every step. The truth came printed in ink. The lawyer sent me drafts of the will, accidentally. My wife's lover's name appeared as co-director, months before her father's passing. I traced every document, every falsified signature, and then I found the clause. A personal letter to be read only upon the final distribution of the estate. Her father's handwriting, but not written by him. Forgery. Dated the week after his stroke, when his right hand could no longer hold a pen. I tested the ink, verified it, documented everything. I didn't confront her. I waited. At the funeral, she wept like an actress. I stood beside her, watching the dirt cover the man who had once told me, "Protect my daughter. She's ambitious. That's her gift and her curse." Now I understood. By the time of the will reading, everything was ready. The forged letter she thought would destroy me was replaced with mine. The lawyer's laughter still echoes in my memory. He passed them the letter, my letter. Her hands trembled as she opened it. I watched her lips move as she read the words. "To my beloved daughter, I taught you to be strong, not cruel. I see now that you've confused the two. You will inherit nothing built on deceit. The company, all holdings and personal assets will be transferred to my most loyal partner, the man you tried to erase." Silence. Then chaos. Her mother gasped. Her lover cursed. My wife looked at me like I'd come back from the dead. You switched it," she whispered. I met her gaze. "No," I said. "I corrected it." The lawyer nodded. Handwriting verified. Authentic. Witnessed. Filed months before his death. She broke. Not loudly, not theatrically, just broke. Her lover stepped back, already calculating his next escape. Her mother turned away, shame cutting her smile in half. I simply adjusted my cufflinks and stood. "You'll find everything you wanted," I said, "just not where you expected." Then I walked out. Outside, the air felt cleaner. No perfume, no pretense, just wind and silence. I didn't feel triumphant, only finished. For years I built their empire. Now I'd buried it, exactly where it belonged. She would live with the weight of her own name. Her lover would vanish like smoke. Her mother would whisper excuses no one believed. And me? I'd already stopped being part of their story. As I reached the car, the lawyer's laughter replayed in my head. Oh, this is good. Yes, it was. Because revenge, when done right, doesn't scream. It smiles and walks away.